Picture this. Right now, as you're watching this, something invisible is planning its next move. Every single night, while you're peacefully sleeping, dreaming of grandchildren or that vacation you've been planning, a silent thief slips into your bedroom. But this isn't after your jewelry or your wallet. This thief is after something far more precious: your independence, your strength, your ability to live life on your own terms. I'm talking about the nightly muscle thief. And friends, it's been robbing you blind for years. Here's what the research shows, and it'll shock you. After age 60, you lose between 3 to 8% of your muscle mass every single decade. But here's the kicker. A massive chunk of that loss happens during those 7 to 8 hours when you're completely defenseless, lost in sleep. Think about Sarah from Minnesota. At 68, she used to garden for hours, carry her own groceries, play with her grandkids at the park. But slowly, so slowly she didn't notice, simple tasks became harder. Getting up from her favorite chair required a little push. Carrying laundry upstairs left her winded. Opening that stubborn pickle jar? Forget about it. Sarah didn't know she was losing precious muscle every single night, bit by bit, until one day she realized she'd become a prisoner in her own body. If you're thinking, "Oh, this doesn't apply to me," or "I'll deal with this later," I need you to understand something crucial. Every night you wait, every night you do nothing, that thief gets bolder. The consequences aren't just about feeling weak tomorrow. We're talking about your future independence, your confidence, your quality of life. But here's why I'm sharing this story with you today. What if I told you that the solution isn't some expensive treatment or complicated exercise program? What if the power to stop this thief, to actually build strength while you sleep, was sitting right in your kitchen cabinet? Welcome to the Vitality Kitchen, where stories become solutions. Hi there, I'm Coach Williams, and this is my kitchen, though I like to call it the Vitality Kitchen. You know, I've spent the last 30 years working with incredible people just like you, folks who refuse to let age define their limits. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that the most powerful solutions often come wrapped in the simplest packages. I started this journey myself about 15 years ago when I hit 62. I remember waking up one morning feeling diminished. Not sick, not injured, just less. My wife noticed I'd stopped reaching for things on high shelves. I'd started using both hands to get out of my recliner, and honestly, it scared me. I thought, is this just what getting older means? Accepting less and less of yourself every year? That's when I dove deep into the research, talked to nutritionists, studied sleep science, and started experimenting in my own kitchen. What I discovered changed everything. Not just for me, but for hundreds of people I've had the privilege to work with since. The truth is, your body doesn't have to surrender to that nightly thief. In fact, with the right fuel at the right time, you can turn your sleep into a powerful muscle-building machine. I'm talking about waking up stronger, not weaker, feeling more energetic, not drained, reclaiming that sense of confidence and capability you thought was gone forever. Today, I'm going to share 8 incredible foods. Think of them as your personal nighttime security team. These aren't exotic superfoods or expensive supplements. They're simple, delicious options that transform your bedtime routine into a muscle-preserving, strength-building ritual. And the number one food on this list. A recent study showed it increased overnight muscle building by an incredible 22%. Are you ready to meet your new allies? Part 2. The Foundation Builders. Your first line of defense. Muscle Guardians. Number 8 and number 7. The humble heroes that pack a punch. Food. Number 8. Cottage cheese. The overnight muscle guardian. Now, I know what you're thinking when I say cottage cheese. Coach Williams. That's what I ate on diets in the 1970s. But hear me out, because this humble dairy product has earned its spot as number 8 for a very scientific reason. Cottage cheese contains something called casein protein. Think of whey protein as a sprinter, fast, powerful, but burns out quickly. Casein, that's your marathon runner. It releases amino acids slowly and steadily for 6 to 8 hours straight. Perfect for that long overnight fast your muscles endure every single night. Let me tell you about Robert, a 71-year-old retired mechanic from Ohio. Robert came to me feeling frustrated because he couldn't work on his classic car like he used to. His grip strength was fading. His arms would ache after just 30 minutes in the garage. We started him on a simple routine: half a cup of cottage cheese before bed, mixed with a few banana slices and a dash of cinnamon. The results? Within 6 weeks, Robert was back under the hood for hours at a time. A study published in the British Journal of Nutrition showed exactly why. Older adults eating casein protein before bed experienced a 31% jump in overnight muscle protein synthesis. They weren't just maintaining muscle. They were building it while they slept. The beauty of cottage cheese is its simplicity. Just half a cup about 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Too plain for your taste? Those banana slices add potassium for muscle relaxation, and cottage cheese naturally contains tryptophan to help you drift off peacefully. It's like a bedtime snack that moonlights as a muscle-building powerhouse. Food. You're a 7. Hard-boiled eggs. Nature's perfect muscle medicine. Coming in at number 7 is something so simple, so familiar, you probably have it in your refrigerator right now. The good old hard-boiled egg. But don't let its humble appearance fool you. Each egg is like a perfectly wrapped gift, containing 6 grams of complete protein, meaning it has all the essential amino acids your muscles crave. I think about my friend Martha, a 64-year-old grandmother who used to struggle getting up from the floor after playing with her grandkids. Simple movements that used to be automatic became calculated efforts. Martha started eating 1 hard-boiled egg before bed, and something remarkable happened. Not only did she sleep better, but those morning aches and stiffness began to fade. Here's the secret weapon hiding in that egg: leucine. Leucine is like the ignition key for muscle growth. As we age, that ignition system gets a bit rusty, less responsive. But eggs deliver a concentrated leucine punch that helps overcome what scientists call anabolic resistance. Basically, your muscles' decreased ability to respond to protein. A fascinating 2021 study followed adults over 60 who ate eggs before bedtime. The results were remarkable: a 19% higher muscle preservation rate compared to those who didn't. Even more impressive, their levels of IGF-1, a crucial growth hormone, actually increased. This wasn't just about preventing muscle loss. Their bodies were actively working to build new muscle tissue overnight. The prescription is beautifully simple: 1 to 2 hard-boiled eggs about 30 minutes before bed. You can prepare them ahead of time. I like to boil a dozen on Sunday and keep them in the fridge all week. Add a pinch of salt, maybe some pepper, or eat them plain. Sometimes the most powerful medicine comes in the most unassuming packages. The protein powerhouses, Number 6 and number 5 for sustained strength. Food number 6, tuna in olive oil, the Mediterranean muscle saver. Now, number 6 might surprise you a bit. And I'll be honest, it surprised me too when I first discovered the research. Tuna in olive oil. Yes, as a bedtime snack. I know it sounds unconventional, but stay with me on this one. I learned about this combination from Maria, a spirited 69-year-old former dance instructor who refused to let age slow her down. She'd heard about it from her Italian grandmother. Nonna always said the fishermen ate tuna before long nights at sea to stay strong, she told me. Turns out, Nonna was on to something science is just now catching up with. Tuna itself is lean, protein-packed, and rich in leucine, that muscle-building amino acid we talked about. But here's where it gets interesting. When it's packed in olive oil instead of water, those healthy monounsaturated fats create something beautiful. They slow down digestion, creating a steady, prolonged release of amino acids that feed your muscles throughout the night. An eye-opening study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed older adults consuming omega-3 rich proteins before bed. The results were striking. A 34% greater increase in overnight muscle protein synthesis compared to those eating lean protein alone. But here's the bonus. Participants also reported significantly less morning soreness and stiffness. The key is choosing tuna packed in olive oil, not water. Just half a small can, maybe with a squeeze of fresh lemon and some cucumber slices. Skip the heavy mayonnaise. You want to keep it clean and effective. Maria describes it as Mediterranean comfort food that works while you sleep. And you know what? After 6 months of this nightly ritual, Maria was back teaching dance classes to people half her age. Food number 5, Greek yogurt, the creamy overnight repair specialist. Sliding into number 5 is one of my personal favorites. Thick, creamy Greek yogurt. This isn't just any yogurt. It's triple strained, which means more protein, less sugar, and that satisfying thickness that makes it feel like a real treat, not medicine. Greek yogurt is packed with casein protein, just like our cottage cheese friend, but it brings extra benefits to the table. The probiotics support gut health, which actually improves how well your body absorbs and uses nutrients. The calcium supports both muscle function and bone strength. It's like a 3-in-1 nighttime supplement disguised as dessert. I think of David, a 66-year-old retired teacher who came to me exhausted every morning despite getting 8 hours of sleep. I wake up feeling like I never went to bed, he told me. We introduced a simple bedtime routine. Half a cup of plain Greek yogurt with a handful of berries and a sprinkle of cinnamon. The transformation was remarkable. A study published in Frontiers in Nutrition showed why David's experience wasn't unique. Older adults eating high-protein Greek yogurt before bed experienced a 26% increase in overnight muscle protein synthesis after just 6 weeks. But here's the kicker. They also reported significantly more energy the next day, better sleep, stronger muscles, and more vitality. That's what I call a win-win-win. The secret is choosing plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. Those fruit-on-the-bottom varieties are loaded with sugar that can disrupt your sleep. Instead, add your own fresh berries, a dash of vanilla extract, or a sprinkle of nuts. David loves his with frozen blueberries that thaw just enough to release their sweet juice, creating what he calls nature's dessert that makes me stronger. Part 3. The Golden Elixirs and Nature's Strength Secrets. The Healing Drinks and Nutty Wisdom. Number 4 and number 3 for deep restoration. Food. Number 4. Golden milk with turmeric. The ancient healer's secret. Coming in at number 4 is something that bridges ancient wisdom with cutting-edge science. Warm milk with turmeric, often called golden milk. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Coach Williams, my grandmother used to give me warm milk for sleep. Well, your grandmother was brilliant, and we're about to make her remedy even more powerful. This golden elixir combines the muscle-supporting casein protein and calcium from milk with turmeric's active compound, curcumin, one of nature's most potent anti-inflammatory agents. Here's why this matters. Inflammation is a major driver of muscle breakdown and joint pain as we age. It's like a slow-burning fire that gradually weakens everything it touches. Let me share Eleanor's story. At 73, this retired nurse was dealing with morning stiffness so severe she needed help getting dressed. Her joints ached, her muscles felt weak, and she was starting to question whether she'd ever feel strong again. We introduced golden milk to her nightly routine. 1 cup of warm milk with a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric and a pinch of black pepper. The results were profound. A 2022 clinical trial showed that older adults drinking protein-rich beverages before bed experienced a 32% improvement in overnight muscle protein synthesis. But when curcumin was added to the mix, morning stiffness decreased by 40%, and joint pain scores dropped significantly. Eleanor called it her liquid gold and credits it with giving her mornings back. Making golden milk is beautifully simple. Gently warm 1 cup of milk. Dairy or fortified plant-based works perfectly. Stir in a 1/4 teaspoon of ground turmeric and just a pinch of black pepper, which dramatically improves curcumin absorption. A touch of honey is optional for sweetness. Sip it slowly, mindfully. It's warm, comforting, and working magic inside your body while you relax. Food. Number 3. Almond butter. The rich, creamy stress-fighting fuel. At number 3, we have something that feels more like an indulgence than medicine. Natural almond butter. Creamy, rich, satisfying, and packed with slow-digesting plant protein, healthy fats, and a mineral that's absolutely crucial for muscle health. Magnesium. Most people don't realize they're magnesium deficient, but studies show up to 80% of older adults don't get enough. Magnesium helps your muscles relax, calms your nervous system, and can prevent those annoying nighttime leg cramps that jolt you awake. But here's a benefit that might surprise you. Magnesium is a powerful stress reducer. I learned this from James, a 67-year-old former executive who couldn't seem to turn his mind off at night. Stress from decades of high-pressure work had left him with elevated cortisol levels, and cortisol literally eats away at muscle tissue. We introduced 1 tablespoon of natural almond butter before bed, the kind you have to stir because the oil separates. The science behind this is fascinating. A 2020 study published in Nutrients found that older adults adding almond-based healthy fats to their nightly routine had a 17% improvement in nitrogen retention. That's a key marker for muscle preservation. Even more impressive, their cortisol levels dropped significantly within just 4 weeks. James describes his almond butter ritual as permission to indulge while doing something good for my body. He spreads it on a slice of apple or eats it straight from the spoon. The healthy fats slow down digestion, providing steady fuel throughout the night, while the magnesium helps him achieve deeper, more restorative sleep. The key is choosing natural almond butter without added oils or sugars. Look for ingredients that list only almonds, maybe a touch of salt. 1 tablespoon about 30 minutes before bed. You can eat it plain, spread it on apple slices, or mix it into a small portion of oatmeal. It's indulgent enough to feel like a treat, nutritious enough to support your muscles all night long. The final countdown. Number 2 and the ultimate champion, Euro 1. Food number 2. Tart cherry juice. The triple threat. Sleep and recovery elixir. Our runner-up at number 2 is a vibrant, ruby red drink that's taking the sleep and recovery world by storm. Tart cherry juice. This isn't just a trendy health fad. This is serious science, wrapped in a deliciously tart package. Tart cherries are nature's triple threat against nighttime muscle breakdown. They're loaded with anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that fight inflammation. They naturally contain melatonin, your body's own sleep hormone, and they provide unique compounds that actually enhance muscle recovery at the cellular level. I discovered this through Linda, a 62-year-old avid walker who loved her daily 3-mile walks, but was struggling with muscle soreness that lasted for days. She'd wake up feeling stiff and tired, despite getting plenty of sleep. We introduced 4 ounces of tart cherry juice about 45 minutes before bed. The transformation was remarkable. Within 2 weeks, Linda's post-walk soreness virtually disappeared. She was sleeping deeper and waking up refreshed. A groundbreaking 2019 study explained why. Adults over 50 drinking tart cherry juice before bed experienced 33% less muscle soreness, a 15% improvement in sleep quality, and significantly higher antioxidant levels in their blood. But here's what really excites me about tart cherry juice. It's working on multiple levels simultaneously. The natural melatonin helps you fall asleep faster and sleep more deeply. The anti-inflammatory compounds reduce muscle breakdown and joint discomfort. The antioxidants protect your muscles from oxidative stress. It's like having a team of specialists working the night shift while you rest. The key is finding 100% tart cherry juice, not the sweetened blends. Yes, it's quite tart. That sourness is actually the good stuff working. Linda describes it as medicine that tastes like a treat I have to earn. 4 to 6 ounces about 30 to 45 minutes before bed. Some people dilute it with a little water if the tartness is too intense at first. Food number 1. Whey protein shake, the undisputed nighttime muscle champion. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The number 1, scientifically proven, most effective food for preserving and building muscle while you sleep is a simple whey protein shake. I can see some of you thinking, Coach Williams, isn't that for young bodybuilders? I thought the same thing until the research opened my eyes. For those of us over 60, this might be the single most powerful nutritional tool we have against age-related muscle loss. Whey protein is packed with all essential amino acids, especially leucine, that muscle-building superstar we've talked about. But here's what makes it special. Whey is rapidly absorbed and triggers an immediate, powerful muscle-building response that lasts for hours. Let me share something personal. When I first turned 65, I started experiencing what I call morning weakness. That feeling of being less solid, less stable when I first got up. My handshake wasn't as firm. Getting out of bed required a little more effort. I thought it was just aging, something I had to accept. Then I started having a simple whey protein shake before bed. Just 30 grams of high-quality whey protein mixed with water or milk. The change was profound. Within 3 weeks, that morning weakness disappeared. I felt more solid, more confident in my movements. My recovery from exercise improved dramatically. The science backs up my experience. A landmark 2021 clinical trial followed adults over 65 who drank a 40-gram whey protein shake before bed. The results were stunning. 22% increase in overnight muscle protein synthesis, improved strength scores, better walking speed, and enhanced balance, all without adding any exercise to their routine. This isn't just about maintaining what you have. This is about actively building stronger, more resilient muscles while you sleep. The participants didn't just feel better. Objective measurements showed they were getting stronger, more stable, more capable with each passing week. Part 4. Your personal strength. Revolution starts tonight. The choice is yours. 8 allies waiting in your kitchen. So, there you have it. Friends, 8 incredible allies in your fight against that midnight muscle thief. Whey protein shake, Tart cherry juice, almond butter, golden milk, Greek yogurt, tuna in olive oil, hard-boiled eggs, and cottage cheese. The power to transform your nights and strengthen your days is literally waiting in your kitchen. But here's the thing. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. Tonight, I want you to pick just one single food from this list. Commit to trying it for 1 week. Notice how you feel when you wake up. Pay attention to your energy levels, your morning stiffness, your overall sense of strength and capability. You see, this isn't really about food at all. This is about reclaiming your story. This is about refusing to let age write the final chapters of your life. This is about recognizing that you have more control, more power, more potential than you ever imagined. I've seen 70-year-olds rediscover strength they thought was gone forever. I've watched 80-year-olds amaze their doctors with improved muscle mass and balance. Your age is not a limitation. It's simply your starting point for what comes next. If this message resonated with you, please share it with someone you care about. Leave a comment below telling me which food you're going to try first. And remember, your strongest days don't have to be behind you. They can start tonight. 1 bite, 1 sip, 1 choice at a time. Sweet dreams, and here's to waking up stronger.